Hello guys and welcome to the third part of this tutorial. Here you have all the things that we are going to see, and remember that in the description you can download the project of this part. Okay, so let's continue with the enemy script. So first things first, in the last video I forget to put this video where we set the input, so let's do it. First we are going to call Jav, and we're going to add Jav. We're going to add left mouse, and we're going to call it left. Then we are going to write right, and we are going to put hook and the uppercut. Okay, so for the Jav, we're going to call it Q. So we're going to add here a key that is called Q. And for the left, we're going to put a mouse button that will be the left button. For the right, we are going to put a mouse button that will be the right button. And for the hook, we're going to set a key that will be the W. And for the uppercut, we're going to set a key that will be the E. So we are setting the configuration for keyboard and mouse. So now with project open, we're going to go to the enemy scene and we are going to attach a script. This script will be called enemy, is okay. And the path, we don't want to be in the scene, we want to be in the script, okay? So we create this script and let's start in declaring some variables. For example, I forgot to tell you, but let's do it also. Let's do Control A. Sorry, let's go to the enemy. Control A and add a timer. Okay. This timer, it will have a wait time of 2 seconds. Then we are going to call it, for example, enemy timer, something standard at the moment. And we're going to call these two nodes on ready bar enemy, let's call it enemy spine. Okay, I'll change the name to enemy spine, so you should also do it. Enemy spine, that is a spine sprite, and we're going to take enemy spine. And on ready bar, the same, we're going to call it enemy timer, and it will be a timer, and we will take the node enemy timer. Okay, after calling the node, what we want to do in the funcReady function is to set the first animation. So we go to enemy spine, dot get animation state, and then set animation that it will be called Ivrius idle start. Okay, this animation, let me make it bigger, Control Alt F11, will be loop, and we want to be in the track 0. Okay, this is the typical idle animation that we want to be loop until some new animation entered. Okay, then we're going to set the timer. The timer not set, start the timer. So here you can see that the animation that we have settled in the funcReady function is just 1 frame. So when we go to here and play the fight scene, remember the fight scene that has the enemy and the player, the Ivrius, the enemy, won't do any animation because it's only 1 frame, okay? But you need to know that it's looping. Okay guys, first we need to know how Ivrius works, how the AI works. So, in the fight scene, when the scene starts, okay, in the function ready, what we have settled is a timer, okay, a timer that starts that is settled for run for 2 seconds. Okay, and this timer is a node from the Hebrews scene. Okay, so it's a node that depends on Hebrews script. So after 2 seconds, that the game have run, the timer stops, and it called the function on timer out. Okay, that is the classical on timeout, timer out. I don't remember right now. So when this signal is emitted, we take a function that is called random attack. And in this random attack, what we have is a combination of animations. For example, 1 to 1 is refers to, I don't know, left or right jab. So it's left jab, right jab, left jab. Okay? So we have 1 to 1, 2 1 2, 1 1 2. Okay, all the jab combination you can make with these 3 movements. Okay? And this, remember that all these are animations. When the combo is finished, what we have put on the tail of animations is a back to idle. Okay, we have settled a back to idle animation that is different from the idle animation that is playing when the game starts. Okay, so why we need to make a similar animation to idle but call it different? Because idle animation is set to be in a loop. Okay, it will loop until the timer stops and we change the animation. Okay, so if we put here the same animation, the same idle animation that the animation here, it will be in a loop, in a constant loop. Why? Because when the animation start, we are going to call this signal on animation start. We are going to start the timer. Okay? Imagine that we say, okay, when any animation start and is called idle, start the timer. So because this is in a loop, it will continuously start the timer again and again and again and again and again. And we don't want this, because when we are doing the combo, what we want is the timer to stop. And then when we finish the combo, we want the timer to start again. But because idle is a loop, and we settle to be a loop, it will always start, and we don't want this. So we need to create in a spine that is created the same animation of idle, but name it differently. So we can put this animation at the tail of all the combinations of the animations. Okay, so we are going to make a signal that it will detect that if the animation start and the name of the animation is idle after combo, we start again the timer 2 seconds and we pick another combo. Okay, remember that when the enemy is doing the attack, is making the combo, the timer is a stop, because at that time he's performing the combo and we don't want to choose another attack. Okay, so this is why we need to say, okay, when this animation is starting, we start the timer again and we pick another combination. When this stops again, we pick another set of combos. Okay, so this is how we are going to randomize the Hebrews attack. So we don't know, the player won't know which attack he will do. Okay, so let's see in the code. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to set the combos in functions. So first, let's put like some kind of introduction, and we will write combos. Okay, combos. The first function that we are going to do is a combination of left jab, right jab, left jab. And this will be only jabs. And this will be only jabs, and we are going to do like this, okay? At the moment we pass, and we create another function that is totally the opposite. That will be right jab, right jab, and only jab, because remember that we have hooks and uppercuts. But at the moment, we are only interested in jabs, okay? Then let's set the animations. So we go to enemy, spine, get animation state, and then we're going to set the animation. The first one will be a left jab, so will be a Ebrius left jab. Okay? At the moment, we want not to loop and will be on track 0. Then, what we want is to make a combination, a set of animations. So instead of set the animation, what we're going to do is to add the animation. So this means when this finish, this one is ready to start. So when he punch left jab, he will punch with the right. So Ebrius, right jab, and will be again not loop and 0. Okay? Again, if you want, you can copy, because we are going to do left, right, left. So it will be the same. But the difference is that we need to add the animation, not set the animation. So we are saying when we start the function, this is the one that we set, and then these are the ones that are waiting to be played. Okay? So when the combo is finished, we need to go back to idle. Okay? And remember what we talked about in the when I explained to you how the timer works. So we add the animation. Let's copy this entirely, so we can do it faster. And we need to write Ebrius idle after combo. That is a different idle than the start. As you can see, it has different strings, different names. So this is for the left, right, left jab, okay? And then we are going to do the same, but as you can imagine, it will be, because this is right, left, right, so we are going to first put this and say, set this animation to be the first one, and then add this animation. Okay, add left, and then we erase this and we copy this one. Okay, and wait a moment, I copy this and paste this and erase this. Okay, and here we want right, left, right, but we don't want to set it, we want to add it. Okay. So now we have the combos ready to be performed. Now we need to do when we are going to perform the attack with the timer. So now we are going to create a function that it will choose between this combo or this combo with a 50% of chance to be chosen. So let's create that function. Choose attack, random attack. Okay, and in this function, first randomize. Why? Because we want a different number to take. Okay, and then we are going to create a local variable that it will be called random attack number, and it will be an integer, and it will return a number that will be between 0 and 9. Okay, let me explain. This variable will return a number between 0 and 9. It's like 10 minus 1, 9, okay? And you need to count the 0. If you count from 0 to 4, you have like 5 numbers, so it will represent like 50%. And if you count from 5 to 9, you again will have 5 numbers, right? So it will be the other half, the other 50%. So for example, from 0 to 4, if this take from 0 to 4, it will be this combo, and from 5 to 9, it will be this combo. Okay, something like this. This is the idea. So how we set this? Very easy. We said if random attack number is bigger than 0 or equal to 0, and a random attack number is less than we said 4, right? Less or equal to 4. So what happened? That we play this function, okay? We play this function, but, okay? But well, you can put else, or we can do elif. I prefer to do elif because it's more readable, and I don't need to think what else means in this function, okay? So we do the same. If random attack is equals to 5 and less than 9, okay? If we are in this scope, so we play this function. So this is what we need to do in order to set a 50%, okay? Now that we have settled the choose random attack function, what we want is to go to the timer, the enemy timer, and we're going to set the signal timeout. So we are going to attach to the script, and what we want to do in the signal. When 2 seconds has passed, we're going to choose a random attack. Okay, we're going this function will choose or this attack or this attack or this combo or this combo, and he will perform the animations. When the animations is performing, when he's attacking, we don't want to choose another set of combos, right? So we stop the time. So at that time, enemy stops, okay? Enemy timer, stop. So remember, when we are attacking, we don't want the timer to choose another random attack. But when 2 seconds have passed and the enemy is in idle, we then stop the time, choose the random attack, and the enemy start to do these combos, okay? This animation, start to perform this animation. So we have write a lot, right? So we need to check if everything is working well. So we are going to see if the enemy choose one attack or another. And for this, we are going to print, for example, 1 here. And in the other condition, we are going to put, for example, 2. Okay? Just put for the cause, for now that we are trying, just put, for example, here, time stops. Okay? So let's see this, how it's working. Okay, he's 1, 2, and he attacks. And then he's in idle, and he stops. And he has choose the 2, as you can see here. Okay, 2. Let's start the game again. And see, 2 seconds after, okay, he have choose 1. So as we can see, it's randomized, right? And the time stops. We have a problem. First, you have seen that the attack is very fast, so we need to change the speed animation, okay? Because if not, the player will be crazy. And we for sure need to make a continuous combos attack, right? Because he stopped. It's because we haven't settled the function that we are going to set now, okay? Now that we have timer out, it's time to go to the scene and go to enemy spine and use one of the signals. The signal that we are interested in when animation start. Okay, and we connect to the script and do the next thing. First, don't forget to change this because give us, as you can see, the default signal give us object, but we are not interested in these things. We need to change to the already nodes that spine has: animation state, spine, animation state, and track entry to spine track entry. Okay, so this is the way to do it. So now what we're going to do here is when an animation starts and the name of the animation is the last one of the combos, Ibrius idle after combo, we start again the timer. So in this way, we are doing the idle, we are doing 2 seconds of idle animation of the enemy, and then when this timer stops again, okay, it stops and again is doing the random combo attack and is performing the the attacks, and we are like in some kind of loop of attacking. Okay, so this is what we want. So let's do it. First, we need to say if track entry dots get animation here is, and get name, because we are looking for the name, right? Get name equals to Ibrius idle after combo. If this is the name of the animation that is start to play, enemy timer start. Okay, so let's see what we have. Let's hit play and we are going to play the main scene, and the player attacks with 2 time stops. He do the idle movement and then he has attack with 1, do the idle movement, time stops, and as you can see, he's in a loop of attacks between 50% between one combo or another combo. I think it's too fast, right? Because as you can see, let's try to and this is because I'm the only player and the best player at the moment of the game, right? But we don't want that fast. Maybe we can make a hardcore level or something, but this will be like very difficult for the most of the players, right? So we need to change the speed of the animation. That is something that we are going to do right now. So in order to lower the speed of the animation, we first need to create a variable that we will call speed animation number, for example. Okay, and it will be a float number, and from trial and error I just find that 0.3 is a good variable. Okay, now we go to set time scale, and we are going to put this variable. Okay, and for this one it will not change because you know that is the same, it doesn't have a animation, but for this one I think yes, it will be a big change. Okay, so let's change all the time scale to all the animations and then let's see the result, how this works. Okay, remember that this doesn't work. Okay, we have a better slow animation, and what we are doing this, maybe the idle is too slow, maybe we can, because idle we don't care, but what we are doing this because we want to check when we are, for example, dogging the punches for the next episode. Okay, so at the moment we are interested in doing like slow. Okay, also the dogging we need to change it when, or the next episode we are going to change. But let's fix, for example, the idle to another another variable, another number. Okay. So let's create another variable for the idle speed animation. So let's put speed idle animation number. Okay. And let's make a float, and will be, I see that 0.9 could be just for the moment could be good. Okay, so in Evir's idle after combo, and here we're going to put the new speed. Okay, let's see how it works. So in the first one, he doesn't do, he attacks very slow, so we are trying to dodge this one, and then okay, we have like something like this. Okay, speed idle anim, yes, it's put it here. Okay,